Hello everybody, welcome to this Good Vibrations report, energy report. So we've officially changed signs now. So we're in the energy of Scorpio for the next month or so. And Scorpio, I feel like, gets a bad rap. It's known as a very intense sign. They say it deals with everything that is like sex, death, and taxes. But I'm really intrigued by the Scorpio energy. In my astrological chart, I have Jupiter in Scorpio, and it's in my second house, which is how I earn money and how I make things happen, materialize in my life. So I have a huge vested interest in the Scorpio energy, like literally vested interest. And I am fascinated by Scorpio. Because it gets at everything that is hidden, everything that is deep down, everything that people don't really want to talk about. Scorpio energy is not afraid to look at it. And we are in a time right now, there's this huge surge of energy when a new zodiac sign begins. It's like a big infusion of energy, and I feel that the wind is crazy here today. And I just feel these winds of change and coming into a place where we are bringing light to things that are very deep down within us, but deep down within our society. Okay, so that's the energy that is fresh, brand new this week. We get this once a year, and I celebrate all Scorpios out there because I think you are what I would call the unsung heroes. The ones that people are a little bit sometimes like, because you have an intensity to you, and I honor and celebrate you for that, because you have an energy, whether it's your sun, your moon, or your rising sign. You have an energy that is here to cut through all the bullshit. And I love people like that. I love people who don't want to sugarcoat things, who just want to get down to the meat, the very heart of the matter. They're not interested in continuing to just chew on the grizzle. They want something more. They want to keep going until they reach the very root of it. And that's how the world will come to a place of healing, is when the deepest, darkest depths are lit up from within. And that's Scorpio energy. So with that, the Sabian symbol we're working with this week is Leo 12, which at the time I was tapping in and getting that information, and still it's in the 8th house, astrologically speaking, which is ruled by Scorpio. Another part of astrology that is misunderstood, I feel like, and not honored for the true amazing power it has. The 8th house deals with everything that society tells us we shouldn't look at. Just keep putting it in the closet. Just keep sweeping it under the carpet. And the 8th house is having none of that. But we're bringing the fun symbol of Leo, a fire sign, to the energy this week. And here's the symbol for Leo 12. An evening party of adults on a lawn illuminated by fancy lanterns. I love the way that feels. And what I see here is, for this week, how are we being asked to explore our fun side in the context of the Scorpio energy? Given everything I just told you about Scorpio, that it's like an auger. It just goes down, down, down. It keeps going until it gets to the root of something that is painful, that doesn't want to be looked at. But how can we bring this sense of this lawn party as if we're the ones each carrying a fancy lantern? And you can have any lantern that you choose. Okay, I feel like your cards this week are pointing to what that fancy lantern is for you, that will help to make the most of this Scorpio energy. So this really isn't just for this week. It's a theme for the next month as we are in the Scorpio energy, okay? How can we become a little, not be the kind of scary intensity that Scorpio can be, and every single sign has its kind of light parts and darker parts. And how could we bring a sense of fun to exploration to the very depths? You are carrying a lantern, you're part of a whole crew of people. People are laughing, people are having fun, people are loose, but they're looking to be lit up from within. They're looking to have a whole new way of looking at life. And that's not a bad thing. And so that's the energy. We're like being a little lighter with Scorpio than we might normally think we are. It can be a huge time of transformation and rebirth. All right, so let's get started here. All the crystals, by the way, are also matching the Leo energy. They're all fire crystals. So I love this sense of passion and enjoyment. Leo is absolute joy, fun, being the center of, attention. It's a joyful energy. So we don't have to get all down in the dumps and dark with the things that feel heavy to us. We can actually bring a sense of lightness. Considering these lanterns, you are carrying a specific kind of lantern. Okay, so the first card is from the Archangel Raphael Healing Oracle by Doreen Virtue. And we have improving health. Big theme for a lot of people, me included. Okay, it says, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for your comforting reassurance about this situation. So, there's a lot of variety. This is a general card reading. So, there's a lot of variety with this. This can be improving health. Your lantern that you hold is the fact that you are taking steps to improve very, very deep parts of you that have been wounded for a long time. And the way that I know that is because this crystal that came with this card, the ammonite. So this is what I call, it goes by the name of karma. What goes around comes around. But there is a sense of digging up these gems that are coming to the surface. It is as if the flowers that are pictured in this card, it's as if those have been planted in your energy field for a long time, but you're only just getting the chance to start seeing them bud. There's a sense of a coming around here. And this ammonite has all of this rainbow energy to it. It's a little hard to see on camera, but when you move it in the light, there's rainbow hues sort of emanating from the center out. And at the center of this is you and everything that you've been through. You're coming into a stage where you are improving not only physical health on some levels, but also an energetic health. There is a sense of connecting to the Akashic record. This is the record of your being since you were created, not in this physical form, in your divine essence, from that first moment of when you were an energy in the universe. So there's an uncovering here, and it feels like this uncovering of gems that are ready to come out. And that's the lantern that you can carry with you for the next month. Scorpio loves to work with this kind of energy. Digging deep, bringing out the stuff that's always been so secretive. Scorpio is not up for secrets. It's like the whistleblower. Like there's no more, whispering in little corners. Scorpio is like, hey, I see you whispering. What are you talking about? Because that's not helpful. That's kind of the Scorpio energy. And so you're doing that for yourself with everything that you've been through in the past year or so. You're coming around to this new sense of gems that you're uncovering. There is a sense of this sort of past karmic pattern that is really and truly being sliced off and put to the side. It's going to be no longer, because the energies on the planet can't withstand it. Okay? So really enjoy this rediscovery process. Consider how your lantern, that is part of this Leo 12 symbol, is your sense of something happening on a level that you don't even need to understand. But take a look at, let's say even 6 to 8 months ago, consider how situations that you were faced with at that time, how you would have reacted versus how you would react now. I'm pretty sure that those who chose this card are in a different place in terms of how they would react. And that shows gifts coming forward. Less of a sense of duality, less of a sense of you're right or I'm right and you're wrong, less of a sense of black and white, less of a sense of there only being one answer. Definitely seeing more options available to you. These are all things that are part of your divine source. Divine source is not limited. It sees nothing but options and possibilities, no matter where you look and what you're faced with. So this is the sense of improving health. Much more of an abundance. All these flowers that this beautiful archangel is bringing up here, all kind of a sense of a cornucopia, okay, in many ways. And perhaps for some of you, you can use this beautiful lantern that you carry, that is what we've been discussing, as a way to use the energies of Scorpio more profoundly. It's like you can use them for your mastery. You can use them to create more abundance, more a cornucopia of everything, because you've come to this point. So they're deeper readings for this time around, because it's more on this esoteric level that something is shifting. There's a karmic shift that is occurring, and as I'm holding this ammonite, I'm really drawn to this end that is cut here. It's like there is just a sense of, nope, that little, spiraling pattern is being stopped, and I'm starting something new. And overall, that's going to help you with creating more and more of this cornucopia of choices and just options in every area of your life, in whatever direction you're wanting to use that Scorpio energy, the intensity of that for transformation and rebirth. However you want to direct that, you can use that to your advantage. Okay? Wonderful. All right. Don't want anything to blow away on me here. So next up is the horse deck. Way of the Horse by Linda Kohanov. Hopefully we don't blow away. And I think it's so interesting. You have Keeper of the Mysteries. This is a really, again, profound card. These are deep readings this week. And it's 35. 3 and 5 is 8. 8 is the Scorpio energy. So you can see everything lines up here. Okay? And as I always do, I like to read these descriptions because the author does such a wonderful job giving the essence of what she meant by this image, which is kind of an odd image. It's part human and part horse. There's a dolphin coming out of the left side and a dove coming out of the right side. Up from the hands, there's a waterfall in the background. Clearly this is a inner sanctuary that this being is in. So I'm going to read you about Keeper of the Mysteries. Initiation, intelligence in nature, borderland personality. A dolphin and a dove leap from the hands of the mare-headed goddess, a figure so ancient and mysterious she was almost lost to history. Demeter meets you in the cave of initiation, holding the promise of peace, prophecy, expanded consciousness, and a deeper, more soulful relationship with nature. That's the gift message. The challenge is, past traumas must be faced to reclaim power that was taken from you. So very much like the first card, the Archangel Raphael card, this is about dealing with past traumatic events that have occurred, whether in this life or past lifetimes. The Keeper of the Mysteries is kind of this part of you that is your divine source. And there's a sense that you're able to bring on a whole new level of consciousness. Again, as of October, we're truly in the start of the 2017 energies. So that's a 1 year. 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 7 equals 10, and that reduces to 1. It's a brand new start. We can never be the same as we were. And the Scorpio energy that we're launching this weekend is bringing us that new sense of consciousness. It's a new way, like putting on new glasses. And the crystal is an amazing one. This is my Amazonite. And this is the Great Adventure. It's Sagittarius kind of energy. Never being happy with one viewpoint. Constantly looking at new philosophies, new ways of expanding the mind. And it's this Demeter, and you can go online to learn more about the Demeter energy. But it says it's the horse with the human. The horse in this deck is your spirit. It's your soul. That's the way she represents that. So it's truly the combination of the soul spirit with the physical human body. This is something, it's truly like bringing heaven to earth. That is the energy that we're under. And boy, nobody can deal with it better than Scorpio. Getting down to the bare bottom, the heart, the darkest, deepest part of the ocean. That's where Scorpio wants to go. And so it's truly bringing up a sense of new ways of looking at the world. For me, this card is very much a way out there kind of a card. But I don't want you to get caught up on, wow, I have no idea what she's talking about. If what I'm saying about this card doesn't resonate, please consider. Most likely, I'm betting you were really drawn to this crystal. And this Amazonite is totally brave warrior, breaking down barriers. This is being unafraid to express how you truly feel in situations and in relationships, and particularly around philosophies, not being afraid to say, no, this is how I see it, and not that you have to see it that way, my friend, my family member, my child, whatever. It's the fact that you're just being willing to explore it and to bring it up. And Scorpio energy is not afraid of bringing any of this stuff up. Anything. It doesn't matter what it is. But it's a shift in consciousness. Okay? It's a total, a step through a portal is what I'm hearing. It's a start of a brand new part of the spiral, because with Scorpio energy, I constantly see this downward spiral, and I don't mean downward as in negative or challenging. I mean, it gets to the heart of things. Scorpio does not fool around. So you're going on that next part of the spiral that's like another layer deeper. But what you're going to, the deeper part of you, is this spirit self. It is the part that is the great adventurer, which is the dolphin energy. That's the most spiritual, intuitive of all marine animals. And the dove, which is peace-loving. and judicious and a harmonizer. And that's really the essence of the soul self, is a sense of equality among everybody, no matter what they do, say, or think, where everything is true. What if everything is true? We would have nothing to fight about, because for the individual, it's truth. And therefore, there's nothing to be judging on, because we're each walking our journey. And it's different for each person, and each person is one of these brave warriors, breaking down barriers, challenging old ideas for themselves, where you're finding your way to your philosophy that works best for you. Not necessarily trying to convince anybody else of it, but what happens is when you start embracing a philosophy, a way of living, a way of looking at life as your own, people start seeing you as, holy smokes, what's going on with him? You know, I want some of whatever he's doing, because he's literally like glowing and so happy all the time. He doesn't even seem to get rattled. That's the energy of this, is that Sagittarius going forward and seeing every day through the eyes of joy, and joy truly through exploration. Trying out different things. If you don't like how something feels, then try a different way of looking at it. Or try a different way of, preparing meals, or anything that seems humdrum and you're getting sort of down on it. You have the ability to change it anytime you want. You can do it different anytime you want. And just by doing it differently, that's Sagittarius, by doing it differently, you uncover a whole new set of possibilities. New things start coming into your awareness that you never thought you would ever be drawn to. Okay, so very adventurous energy for you that chose the horse card. Okay, I'm gonna put this aside, my Amazonite. All right, next up we have from the Magdalene Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. This is a beautiful deck, you know I love it. I'm gonna say right out of the gate, one of my favorite crystals, Wild Freedom. This orange carnelian is about passion. It is about creativity. This is about believing in a whole new view. That's what I'm getting with this. Seeing the world through these, orange is a color that not a lot of people, I personally don't know a lot of people that are really drawn to orange. We tend to think of it as caution. It's what hunters wear when they go out, hunting deer or other wildlife. It's like, watch out for me. And it's also, like Scorpio, kind of an unsung hero, because the sacral chakra, which orange is connected to, is this sense of wild freedom. It is where the inner child lives. That sense when we would get out of bed as children, and no matter what was going on, crazy wind, we would find joy. We would find a way to pass the time of our day with minimal materials, or if we had lots of toys, we may play with lots of toys, but we might get fixated on one particular doll or truck. We just found a way to make everything exciting and imaginative and bring a sense of wonder. And that's this wild freedom. It's like, I don't even care who's looking. I'm gonna do my hair as crazy as I can. I'm gonna make it stand on end. I can't tell you how exhilarating that was to me when I made that decision to start doing that a number of years ago. On days I feel like it. So sometimes I'll go into work and my hair is straight on end, and I don't care. I have to express how I'm feeling that day. And those are days that I feel particularly vibrant. That's the energy of wild freedom. So your card lines up beautifully. Color. Holy smokes, people. If you chose this, I'm telling you, creativity energy is running rampant for you. There is something that wants to happen in this next, 28 to 30 day cycle that has to do with seeing new layers of things, being able to express new layers of things. Because with this card, what I get is the dimensionality of it. And I definitely get this creative spirit. And where you're looking through lenses that have like extra depth to them. That if you will allow yourself to use this Scorpio energy for your benefit, that you will be able to see the world almost like it's not even 3D, it's 4 and 5D. Like there's so much depth to what you can see in situations. You can all of a sudden start to see when you're witnessing an argument, you can like instantly see all sides of the issue, and there's no picking a side because you can see all sides of it. You can see how any of those are possibilities as to how people feel. You can, and also I just feel truly you're the one card out of the 3 that I feel this really strong urge for you to consider creating something. Maybe starting a project for the next 30 days, and every day you do 5 to 10 minutes on it. Maybe it is creating your own mandalas. That's something I've been starting to do. I'm totally not an artist, but I'm just looking over some videos I find on YouTube and just experimenting. Maybe you're doing some type of a paper mache project where you're creating something. You're forming something. But it's a project that you do a little bit each day over the course of this Scorpio energy, and you ask your team to reveal something to you, because Scorpio goes deep. It wants to find the treasure that is buried beneath the bottom of the ocean. It's like it's at the core of Mother Earth. It's so deep and dark in this place that we just don't go there. But you, my friend, are able to, because you've got this on your side, this wild freedom, this look, here I am, just like the hunters, Nobody can miss you, including the energies that are here to work with you and for you. So consider what kind of a project you could work on. It could also be something where you're tapping into a book. You're reading a book and you read a little each night, and as part of it you do some type of a journaling exercise at the end of each chapter, or it could be discovering new things about yourself. Whatever speaks to you. But I do feel this sense of an artwork, so to speak. It doesn't necessarily have to be an artistic project, but something that you're contributing to every day during this Scorpionic cycle, because every day is going to reveal something new to you. And somehow, if it's got color or something that is defining, it will just show you something new every day. For those of you that work with oracle cards, you could make a practice of always pulling a card every day and challenging yourself to see a whole new meaning to it that you would never have considered, but suddenly is so clear to you because you're bathed in this Scorpionic energy. And see what those gifts are. So really think about that for those that picked this card, because there's something that wants to be unearthed, and it's about looking at the world in a whole new way and seeing the dimensionality of it and the beauty of it. And again, that's your lantern from the Leo 12. is you have this ability, and it's really going to come out in this next month. So there we go, everybody. Have fun as we launch into this, and let's not try to make it so serious. Scorpio can be a serious energy, but I'm encouraging us to consider these lanterns that we each carry. They're unique, they're individual, they're so beautiful in their structure and their color, and each one has its own style, and all of them create this beautiful party, this garden lawn party, where we're all adults and everybody's just bringing what they've got, and everybody's enjoying one another, and together, even though it's an evening lawn party, it's completely lit up because we each bring our own lantern, which is our gift to this world. So until next week, wishing you good juju.